Welcome back to Amman. Barack Obama arrives here tomorrow afternoon to meet with Jordan's King Abdullah. Then it's on to Israel and later to Europe for meetings with officials in Germany, France, and Great Britain. The visit is no doubt about Senator Obama being seen with world leaders, but it's more than just a series of photo ops. Barack Obama hopes to convince voters back home that he's comfortable on the world stage and can juggle a number of delicate and potentially explosive foreign policy issues.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
During the primaries, Barack Obama built his candidacy on the premise that he believed the Iraq War was a mistake he opposed all along.
A war that should have never been authorized. A war that I believe should have never been waged.
Now he faces a delicate balancing act.
And what he has to do is pull off two difficult tricks. One is to be sympathetic to the troops there. At the same time, he's been critical of the policy. And secondly, he has to show some consistency with his policy. At the same time, he has to adapt to change, and pulling that off is obviously the political challenge in the immediate time frame that he faces.
Obama says he would withdraw most U.S. troops from Iraq within the first 16 months of his presidency. But he later gave himself flexibility by saying that after he talked to commanders on the ground, he would, quote, refine his policies. That's reassuring to some Iraqis who fear being abandoned by the United States.
They don't like fast withdrawal because they are afraid of consequences. They are afraid that will create vacancy and that will be used by terrorists.
Not only did Obama oppose the war, he opposed the surge, the addition of some 30,000 troops last year, saying it wouldn't work.
We can send 15,000 more troops, 20,000 more troops, 30,000 more troops. I don't know any expert on the region or any military officer that I've spoken to privately that believes that that is going to make a substantial difference on the situation on the ground.
John McCain is now citing this as a major error in judgment.
Finally, he was wrong when he said that the surge wouldn't succeed. He was wrong when he said an increase in troops would do no good.
But the success of the surge, it's brought violence in Iraq way down, has paved the way for Obama to propose sending as many as 10,000 additional troops to Afghanistan. Violence there is on the rise. Terrorist attacks are up 40% this year. More U.S. troops were killed in Afghanistan in May and June than in Iraq. The Taliban are back, and al-Qaeda is making its presence known across the border in Pakistan, launching attacks virtually unchallenged. Often called the Forgotten War, Senator Obama has pledged to make Afghanistan the focus of the war on terror. Throughout his trip this week from Kabul to London, Barack Obama will have to deal with anti-American anger and resentment that's grown since the U.S. invasion of Iraq. Amman, Jordan is no exception. About 50% of the population of this country is Palestinian, and many believe the war on terror will never be won unless the United States also addresses the Arab-Israeli conflict. That's precisely what Senator Obama will try to do when he travels to Israel. For the first time in years, there are some glimmers of hope in the Arab-Israeli stalemate. A virtual ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, a prisoner exchange with Hezbollah, and the beginning of low-level talks between Israel and Syria. All this as Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice has been shuttling to the region to try to broker a peace deal in the final months of the Bush administration. Both sides in the conflict want a signal that a President Obama would be involved and engaged from the very beginning.
You cannot leave a political vacuum here. It gets filled by violence. You cannot leave the dynamic to run its course.
As far as the Middle East is concerned, should Obama be elected, he will not have 100 days of mercy. The issues are burning, they are critical, they need experience, they need deep wisdom. Simplistic ideas, slogans will not work here.
Israel wants assurances its special relationship with the United States will continue.
Senator Barack Obama.
And last month, Senator Obama tried to do just that when he spoke before a powerful American Jewish group about one of the most contentious issues.
And Jerusalem will remain the capital of Israel, and it must remain undivided.
But the next day, he seemed to backtrack, saying It's going to be up to the parties to negotiate a range of these issues, and Jerusalem will be part of the negotiations. Whether Israel will share Jerusalem with the Palestinians is just one issue. There is also the establishment of a Palestinian state and the right of return for Palestinian refugees who lost their homes in 1948 when Israel was founded. But beyond the Palestinian question, Israel and the United States now see an even greater threat to the region's stability, and that is a nuclear Iran. Officials here in Israel believe Iran will be able to build a bomb by as early as next year, and worldwide concerns over a preemptive Israeli military strike are rising.
Right now, Iran is on the march. We have not seen America and Europe able to stop it. We've not seen a real change of hearts in Tehran. We've not seen the Iranians really feeling that they are paying a high price for their endeavor, which is a dramatically dangerous endeavor.
All of these issues will be on the table as Barack Obama continues his whirlwind tour, but his real audience is the American electorate, and the success of this trip may not be truly measured until November 4th.